Today we're diving into the crazy transformation of a man who went from a weak second-generation rich kid to a chilling villain, all thanks to some intense training from his mother. That night, while the Empress was enjoying her beauty sleep, gunfire startled her awake. She tiptoed outside, only to find her Labrador lying on the ground. Talk about an unexpected wake-up call. Surprise! The shooter was her Xanadu, back from Honduras, whose thrown mom borrowed. Family gatherings so awkward. No wonder Adu was furious. He came back determined to reclaim his assets and immediately sought out his bestie, Xiaomi, to run for mayor. But the incumbent mayor, Old Lol, was family appointed, and Adu's clan was the electoral powerhouse. Talk about a family feud. Xiaomi only got a pitiful 900 votes, but Adu insisted she run, leaving her no choice but to say, well, let's give it a shot. Adu called a meeting with the eldest, and guess who showed up? A waitress, his old classmate, looking to cash in on some friendship for a job. She thought Adu was still that easy to push around guy, chatting about his childhood in front of everyone. Adu had to make excuses about being too busy to reminisce. Oldmore noticed Adu taking charge and seized the moment to plead for Xiao, but Adu expertly dodged the topic like a pro. Xiao was being sidelined, and Longmao wanted to stand up for him, but Adu wasn't having any of it. Adu declared he wanted Xiaomi to run for mayor to secure his new power, not wanting any gangs to interfere because who needs competition, right? Longmao was not pleased, thinking this was like declaring war on every gang out there. Adu saw he couldn't convince the elders, so he just turned on his heel, and suddenly, gunshots rang out. Talk about a dramatic exit. They rushed downstairs to find Adu had taken out the classmate waitress. The boy who once couldn't handle a gun had transformed into a cold-blooded demon. Xiao confronted Adu, realizing his little buddy had turned into a villain. What happened to brotherly love, right? Adu made it clear they weren't brothers anymore. He wanted to prove he could handle big things all on his own. Sarah felt a bit sour, thinking he was a shoe-in for some appreciation upon Adu's return. Adu used his family ties to successfully promote Xiaomi, now an undisputed gang leader. The Empress had no choice but to retreat into the palace, while Zyro was plotting his own plans behind the scenes. He tracked down a guy named Xiao Yang at a motorcycle repair shop to seek a confidant, and young Yang eagerly agreed. Little did he know he was just a pawn in a grand scheme, and as he reached the rooftop, he stumbled upon a gun. He felt invincible and mimicked the big shots, feeling like an absolute movie star with the gun in hand. Then he stashed the gun away, and the next morning, he confidently headed to the 4S store where Master Zyro and Big Jai were ready, guns drawn. Without a word, they opened fire, and within a minute, everyone in the store was toast. Xiao Yan tried to stay calm and manage the guns like a pro. This mission was set up by gang boss Adu, and after Zyro reported back, he was shocked to hear Adu call him a good soldier. As one of the old guards who fought alongside Adu's dad, Zyro was livid, never expecting Adu to treat him like a mere lackey. It fueled his resolve to create chaos from the shadows, seizing the chance to rise, because who doesn't love climbing the ladder during a mess? He approached his new recruit, Xiao Yang, to teach him how to use a gun, and the first time Yang fired, he was over the moon with excitement. He led Xiao Yang to a warehouse, pointing at a guy inside, claiming he was a no-show on his debt to talk about a small fish. That night, Xiao Yang snuck into the warehouse, finding it was indeed a small fry, and he took down the bald guy. After dinner, he saw on TV that he had taken out a big figure, and he freaked out, his mind racing. He called Master Zyro in a panic, but Zyro calmly assured him it was all to keep him from stressing out. Classic mental move. Xiao Yang finally realized had been played and went back to confront Zyro. Abu was asked to pick up Xiao Lu, but it caused a major mess. Abu suggested a hidden spot for Xiao Yang to chill out and avoid the trouble. Zyro waited anxiously for Xiao Yang, only to find his phone was off. Things were looking bad. Meanwhile, Xiao Lu was waiting for Abu, only to be taken by Zyro. Talk about plot twists. Zyro tortured Xiao Lu, but got nothing out of her about Xiao Yang, completely missing his chance. Xiao Yang saw on the news revealing a girl getting tortured and burned, and the clues hit him like a ton of bricks. When he recognized the ring as the one he gave to Xiao Lu, his world shattered instantly. Driving triggered his inner turmoil, and when the phone rang, he hesitated to answer. His brother's call snapped him out of his thoughts, and he quickly told him to call their mom first. Could it be that his brother was in deep trouble, beyond repair? Meanwhile, outside, there was a situation brewing that would worry everyone around. He received a message from the boss asking for a report back, and things seemed to be getting worse. Following Lusa's murder, Contessa suspected Adu, finding their relationship much more complicated than they had assumed. That night, he documented the entire progression of events and was in the midst of intensively preparing for a conversation with him. Before the truly anticipated moment arrived, he was still contemplating deeply on how to handle this extremely convoluted situation. The internal struggle had morphed into a genuine battle. He realized he must figure out the truth to successfully and safely navigate through this mess.